Namaste everyone. So let's sit straight in any seated comfortable posture. You might need two blocks and also a blanket or some kind of a cushion if you have sensitive knees. Okay, so we want to sit straight right now with the closed eyes and draw all the attention on the breathing. To see how you are breathing in and out, and slowly try to relax the breath. We take one full exhalation, and our first posture is downward facing dog. So keep your wrist and shoulder in one straight line. Keep the knees bent and raise your hips up to the ceiling. We are keeping the heels lifted, stomach is going closer to the thigh, and continue reaching up with the tailbone. Pushing the floor with both the hands. Just see how you're feeling on the legs right now, and then try pushing heels down and bend the knees again. Pushing heels down, no change on the upper body, knees bent. Pushing heels down, trying to touch the floor, knees bent. Continue raising hips up at the same time. Knees straight, knees bent. One more time, pushing heels down, and then continue pushing. See if you can reach to the floor. If you know you are rounding the back, then you might have to keep the knees bent. If you can feel the length on the spine, then you will have your knees straight, pushing heel down. Heels on the floor, and you can try having your knees softly bent. Continue raising the hips up. If you can keep your knees straight, heels down, try raising toes off the floor. So heels reaching down, tailbone is reaching up, toes are lifted. We shift right foot between hands, left knee is on the floor. Keep something under back knee if you have sensitive knees, and keep blocks next to your right foot. Check right knee, ankle is in one line. Raise chest and then push hips back, toes pointing to your face, and see how much you can straighten the knee. Okay, so we'll do these two movements few times. So we are bending the knee. Keep the block. If it feels easy for you, you can remove the block. Pushing hips back, hips to the back wall, chest and chin reaching to the front wall. Knee bend, hips sinking down, hips back and trying to straighten the knee. Knees bend, maybe try looking up, pushing hips back to straighten. We'll try this one more time. So we bend the knee, hips lower, pushing hips back. And we want to hold. This time just make sure you are not rounding the back. Rather we want to raise the chest and follow your chin forward. Right hip reaching back, tightening right kneecap if your knee is straight. Imagine you are breathing through your right hamstring right now. So keep the focus on the right hamstring and we relax the breath. Spine is straight. Bend the knee, lift back knee and shift left foot just a bit forward. Left foot 60-degree angle, which means it's facing the corner of your left wall. Take a block once again. Tall blocks with a proper height. Keep the right knee bent. Straighten up the spine first. So check spine straight and we are pushing right hip back once again. And see how much you can push it backward to straighten the right knee. If it's too painful for you, you can keep the right knee softly bent. Stay where you can breathe and have a straight spine. If you can reduce the height of the block, give that one a try and then continue raising the chest forward. Continue pushing right hip backward. If you have straight knees, tighten your kneecaps. Again, breathe into your right hamstring. So we want to make sure we are not thinking or wondering about anything else. Just be completely present with the pose. We have feet about 6 inches apart. Bend the knees and shift palms under your feet. So toes touching the wrist. Shift forehead to the knee, bend the elbow and then continue raising your tailbone upward so that we can work on straightening the knee. Okay, keep the weight on the toe. Elbows pointing to the side wall will help you open up the spine a little bit more. If you start to round the back, then you might have to keep your knees bent a little bit more. Just make sure you have forehead fixed on the knee and then try straightening the knee. Breathing relaxed. Breathing into back of your legs again. Deeper inhalation, longer exhalation. Pulling head downward, bend the knees, look forward. And let's come back to the down dog position one more time. Knees bend. Okay, so we'll do the movements one more time. Knees bend, try pushing heels downward. Knees bent again, heels lifted. Pushing the heels down. Just make sure you don't start to round the back. Let's try one more time. Knees bent, heels lifted, pushing heels down and then continue pushing. Maybe try lifting the toes off the floor. If you can lift the toe, you might feel extra stretch on the hamstring, also on the calf muscle. Relax the breath here. Chest closer to thigh. See how that feels on the face, on back of the legs. We are switching this time, so left foot between hands. Right knee on the floor, check front knee, ankle in one straight line. Lifting chin, pushing hips back to straighten your left knee. And see if you want to keep the blocks ready. Hips down, knee bend, reaching up with the chest, exhaling, pushing hips back. Check how much you can straighten the knee. Knee bend, Ashwasanchalana, pushing hips back, half split. We'll do this 2 more times. Knees bend. Take full exhale to push hips backward, toes pointing to face. One more time, knee bend, full exhale and we push hips backward. Check no rounding, rather we are peeling the chest forward. If you know you are rounding the back too much, then you will have to keep your knee softly bent. Focus on the left hamstring now, pushing left hip backward, relaxing the breath. We bend the knee, lift back heel, place right foot 60-degree angle so it's facing the side of your right corner. It's a medium stance, so we don't need to go too wide. Take a block, straighten up the spine first. Keep your knees softly bent. Continue raising chest and then see the knee. See how much you can push hip back. That'll help you to straighten the knee. So I'm tilting my right hip forward and pushing left hip backward. Check if you can reduce the height of the block if you're using it, so that we can give a little more stretch to the hamstring that way. Continue lifting the chest as if you are doing a backward bend. Breathing relaxed, staying present, staying focused with your practice. We'll take one more deep inhalation, full exhalation. Bend the knee. We bring feet together, feet about 6 inches apart. Knees bend. We come back to Padhastasana, forehead to the knee, elbows bend, and raise your tailbone upward. Remember, we want to fix the forehead closer to the knee, as close as you can. You can have your knees bend softly, forehead to knee, and then work on raising the hips upward. Find the stillness and work on relaxed breathing. If you are working on your hamstring and if you want to take one advice from this video, that'll be relaxed breathing and breathing into the hamstrings when you are doing your stretch. Okay, so make sure you have breathing relaxed. It's not about pushing into the posture. We'll bend the knees, look forward, and we take our downward facing dog position. Knees bend, sit back and just do a little observation to check how you are feeling on your hamstrings, on your hips, on your ankles, calves. Okay, we'll come back to the down dog position and we step right foot forward. Your left foot is going to be 45-degree angle. So I'm showing you from the different angle now. My right knee ankle is in one straight line. Right hand is next to right big toe, or you can use a block. My left foot is 45-degree angle, which means it's slightly turned in. Right knee is just in line with the right hip. Push hips forward so you lengthen the spine and then try straightening the knee, pushing hips up. So knee bend, no change on the feet, just raise the hip up to straighten the knee. Knee bend, hips reaching up to straighten, turning chest upward, and then see if you can raise left arm up to the ceiling. You want to look forward, you want to look down, or you are feeling very stable, you can look up at your left thumb. Check the breathing is relaxed, feet are grounded, and we are reaching up with the hip with the left arm to keep the legs and spine active. Right knee is bent. And shift your block about 3 inches away from the right foot. Right hand on the block. Continue looking down. Shift left foot just a bit more closer. And start to shift weight to the right foot. Continue pressing right big toe a little extra. Flexing the left toe towards your face. And only if you feel comfortable, you will stretch left arm up to the ceiling. Okay, so we are working on balancing, straightening both the knees, making sure you have a length on the spine. Drop left foot, hands down, and come back to the down dog position. Switching, so left foot forward, right foot 45-degree angle. Keep left knee bent, take a block if you need to. Left hand is on the block. Pushing hips forward, straighten the left knee. Okay, no change on the feet. Chest is reaching upward, knee straight again. Bend the knee just over the ankle. Straightening, turning chest up, maybe raising right arm up. If you want to keep right hand on the hip, keep it that way. Just make sure you are opening the chest and working on straightening the knees. If you have straight knees already, try tightening the kneecaps. Chest stays open, chest is reaching backward, hips are moving forward. Right hand to hip, left knee is bent, and we prepare for, this is called Ardha Chandrasana. So shorten your stance, look down, keep the chest open, and shift your weight to the left foot. Make sure you are pressing the left big toe down. That will give you more balance. Right arm can reach up. Right toes are flexed, which means they are pointing towards your face. Continue looking down. Work on straightening knees, tightening kneecap. Just see your chest is not sinking down. Drop right foot down, bend the knee, and we come back to down dog position. Take one full exhalation. Okay, let's sit back for a moment. Eyes closed, catching the breath. See how this feels. We are sitting down for Paschimottanasana. So taking the butts out a little. I know that looks a little funny, but yeah, it helps for this pose. Ideally, knees are together, but if that does not feel okay for you, you can have your legs a little bit apart. Just make sure your knees are not flopping out like this. Knees pointing up to the ceiling. Holding the foot from outside. Just work on raising the chest up right now, and you can just stay here. You are still working on the hamstring. Just make sure you are not rounding the back. So chest is reaching upward, chin moving forward, and then see if you can push heel forward within the limit. So if you know pushing heel is making your back rounded, you can just stay with the knees softly bent or wherever your spine stays straight. So my knees are straight right now. I'm working on raising the chest upward. I am not working on a forward bend, okay? We just want to work on straightening knees, straightening spine, keeping a little backward bend, and just relax the breath. Eyes closed. Focus on the hamstring again as we are breathing. Bend the knee, releasing the posture. Eyes closed again. Just see how this feels. Take a little moment. Okay, we'll lay down on the back for the last posture. This is Supta Pada Angushta. So we are bending right knee. Take first 3 finger, middle, index and a thumb, holding the big toe. I'm pressing left thigh down with the left hand, pushing right heel up to the ceiling to straighten the knee. So only if you have knee straight, you will work on pulling right toes towards your face. Okay, if you still have your knee bent, you will work on pushing heel to the ceiling. Okay, elbow is bent. Continue pushing heel upward, or if your knee is straight, toes moving to the face. Remember to relax the breath. Remember to not push too hard. Releasing, and we will switch on the other side. Left hand, first 3 fingers, holding left big toe, pressing right thigh down. And now check the heel, left heel is reaching up. If your knee is straight now, you will pull foot to your face. Elbow is bent, will always help you to create a little more stretch. So now check the breathing. Breathing is relaxed. Toes reaching to the face. Try to have your right knee straight also. Longer exhalation, deeper inhale. Feeling the entire posture. Take one more breath here. Knee bend and we release. One full exhalation. Let's take a happy baby posture. So we have knee, ankle in one line, holding foot from outside or inside, and then do a little rolling side to side. Make sure your lower back is on the floor. Massaging the back and opening the hips. Arms open, knees on the chest. Drop knees on the right side, close to right elbow. So we take a gentle twist here, face to the left side. If your shoulders are off the floor, when you drop your knees down, then just try separating the knees a little bit. It'll help you to drop the shoulders down. Okay, so we will stay here. Make sure everything is relaxed. We come back, center, and we go to the other side, close to left elbow. Face to right side, double check shoulders. If they are lifted, keep your knees slightly apart. Relaxing in the breath. Okay, so we'll come back center and we take a final Shavasana, keeping legs open, arms open, neck, shoulders relaxed. Stay here for 2 to 3 minutes, relaxing the body. Remember, when you are walking on the hamstring, it needs a daily practice. It can be just 10 or 15 minutes, but a daily practice, once in a while practice, is not going to make any difference. Tight hamstrings are also one of the reasons for lower back pain in the long run. So if you have a really tight hamstring, make sure you don't take that for granted. Start working on it from today. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful and relaxing. Let me know how you felt about this video in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.